Good evening, welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth Movies. I'm Chris, this is James, and we're going to review Black Phone 2.
You can't handle the truth!
As Finn, now 17, struggles with life after his captivity, his sister begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of three boys being stalked at winter camp known as Alpine Lake.
Yes, and I'd like to apologise we're a bit late this week because Chris decided to have a holiday.
Yeah, sorry, I
so
went to Tenerife and enjoyed the sunshine and...
I thought you were in Butlins. I didn't know you were in Tenerife. Okay, moving on. Black Phone.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest, I have not seen the first one, but I watched this one and I will now watch the first one to get a full grasp of the story.
So let me jump in there as you've said that because I have watched the first one. So the first thing you notice immediately is it's a direct continuation because sometimes with these horrors they kind of go off in a different tangent or do a prequel, or it just directly continues on, same characters, same setup, and it opens from the first one. I thought the first one was one of the better horror films out there, but it's one of those that's kind of self-contained from the majority of the movie within the basement. Not all of it, but a lot of it is. This one definitely opens it up a lot more when they go to the camp, and it's less dungeony. Yeah, I don't know.
I watched this and I got less of a horror vibe and more of a thriller vibe, like a supernatural thriller from this film, rather than there was no real like jump scares or any point where I was like, I actually really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the setting, the ice and being blocked out, them being the only people that got to camp. I enjoyed the love interest not actually happening. Thank you for not doing that. So they have Mason Thames' character Finn, and then there's that girl called Mustang who's around the same age.
She was just in the film to wear the hat.
Yeah, but there's a few flirtatious looks, and I was like, don't give him a love interest for the sake of giving her a love interest. Just stick to the characters. She can have her own bits in it, but don't do that whole romance love thing so that you basically feel sad when she dies. Mm-hmm. And they didn't kill her off, and they didn't do any of that stuff. And I actually thought, thank you for putting the character in and not just doing, here's a love interest, or just giving it as an extra character. And I thought that actually her dad's character was a really good character, just wanting to like reopen the camp, wanting to keep it going, wanting to search for the boys. That whole, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I like that they expanded it to the camp because from the beginning there's that fight scene on the schoolyard.
Yeah.
That is a direct copy from the first film, basically. And that's how they meet one of their friends. And I thought they were going to just do the exact same film and just change it up a little bit. So, yeah.
I mean, from what you said about the first film, obviously he's an actual killer and all of that, and then he's talking to the past victims. What I liked about this film is obviously he's dead, and it's that whole, well, if they can talk to him and they can kind of interact, then from the dead he can also do this. And you got more of a backstory of his character as well. Although he didn't do much.
There's that bit where she just kind of just knows she can do stuff, isn't that? She's just like, actually, no, I'm going to just like not let you do that, be in control.
Yeah. And I enjoyed her character, the whole following on with it, the sleepwalking, the seeing things and all of that. What I didn't quite get is obviously when she realised that he was in her dream, and which meant that she had power in her own dream, she could fight him off and sort of that. But completely, that all worked for me in my head. But I don't quite understand how that then meant that she could jump into the water and push the actual barrels in the lake so that they were easier to find.
Yeah, they never really do kind of give you a definition of what's achievable with their powers. They kind of develop.
And I didn't understand also how Finn was originally unable to touch or see or anything, mean, still couldn't see him, but at the end was able to grab hold of him and smash it. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't understand how he was able to grab hold of him and smash his face in the ice.
Yeah. To me, I'll be honest, I understand what you're saying. To me, that's just kind of, they never really did go into detail. It's always the way with these kind of films. They're just like, yeah, we can do that now. I thought the negative I had with the film is the main Ethan Hawke's character with in the first one he wears all the different kind of face, like it's the same mask, but he wears different parts of it and all that. I just don't think he's a very standout bad guy. He just chucks you in a van and keeps you in a basement.
So
that's his main intention from the first one. Like
I think
he's not like a Kruger or a Freddy.
Well, yeah.
He's not very.
I think he's more realistic.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And then when he's dead, he's still that person, and he's only just figured apparently because he says I'm only getting some of his memories back and sort of that. So he's only just figured out how to haunt and stuff. And if he had more time, he'd probably be
more of a Freddy.
Yeah. But
okay then. So
yeah, it was an interesting.
Oh, there
film.
He is. I just got the poster of him.
Yeah, I was at the cinema today and I thought, why not?
Discover the secret. So what we rating this one then?
Out of 10, I'm going to give this a 6.5 because I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to mirror you on this one with 6.5. Yeah, it's because of the horror films, they're all pretty standard, and this one's just a little bit better. Like the things you pick out in it that are picky. Just if you was going to watch this film from the trailer, you get what you paid for. I know I say that a lot, but sometimes you see a trailer and you see the film and it's just like, I've just seen the whole film in the trailer, or it's not like the trailer, or I think this one does what it says on the tin.
You do like that phrase, what it says on the tin.
Have I said that before?
It's not scary, as another thing. So some people look like horror films won't like that, but some people that are kind of like dip their toes in.
It did have a little gore.
Yeah, this is a good dip your toes in horror film.